Welcome children, welcome once again to the YouTube videos. Let me once again introduce myself. I am Sukanya Chakraborty, and today once again we will do a new chapter of English literature. And today we will do the chapter Diamond Necklace. It's written by Guy de Maupassant, and it is a very famous story of Matilda, who is a charming wife of a clerk who dreams of a life of leisure and luxury when she is invited in a great ball. However, she feels very miserable, for she does not have a gown for the occasion. She manages to buy a new dress and borrows jewelry from her friend. However, fate seems to have some other plan for her. So, in this story, we will learn about Matilda, who is a very beautiful wife of a clerk, but she is not at all satisfied with whatever she had with herself. So, in this way, what fate had in store for her, let's see. We will start the new chapter written by Guy de Maupassant, and the name of the chapter is The Diamond Necklace. Hope you all are enjoying the video, and the question answers will be uploaded soon of the previous chapters. So today we will start this chapter, The Diamond Necklace, page number 35 of your book, James English Reader. Matilda Loisel was one of those pretty charming young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of clerks. So Matilda, who is very ambitious lady, the poet is telling, the author is telling that she should have taken birth, means she should have born in a very rich and affluent family, but unfortunately she was born in the family of clerk. She had no money, no hopes, no means of becoming known and getting married to a rich man. She allowed herself to marry a petty clerk in the office of the Board of Education. So his family was also engaged in the service of clerk, and unfortunately his husband was also a clerk. So the author is telling in a very ironical way that she should have born in a very rich and affluent family, but unfortunately she again got married with a clerk. She suffered, for she felt she was born for all the fine, beautiful things of life. So every time she used to feel bad. She felt bad that she is suffering. She felt that as if she is suffering, she should have she should have get a very fine, beautiful life. She suffered from the poverty of her apartment, the shabby walls. Shabby means damp walls. The worn chair means very old and uncomfortable chair, and faded hangings means all the wall hangings are faded, means nothing up to date, because they are very middle class family and they cannot afford all the rich and luxurious things. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate at the convent, whom she did not like to visit because it hurt so much when she returned to her own poor apartment. So she had a very rich friend of her convent school, and she was very rich, and she never used to visit that rich friend, because whenever she used to return from her friend's house, she used to feel very bad because she is very poor and her friend is very rich. So every time she used to compare herself with others. In this way, she never became satisfied in her life. One evening, her husband returned looking very excited. In his hand was a large envelope. So one evening, when her husband returned, and he looks very excited, and in his hand there was a large envelope. "Here is something for you," the husband told excitedly, that here is something for you. And She quickly drew out a printed card. The Minister of Public Instruction and Madame George Raponeau request the honor of Monsieur and Madame Loisel's company Monday evening, January 18 at the minister's residence. So they got an invitation from the ministers from the minister's residence that Monsieur and Madame Loisel, means Matilda Loisels and Mr. Loisels, both are invited in a party that had been organized by Madame George Raponeau, means the minister of the place. So in this way, they got one invitation from the minister, and as they were very rich, Matilda thought that she should also should decorate herself with all the rich jewelries and all. So instead of being delighted as her husband had hoped, she threw the invitation on a table, murmuring, "What do you suppose I want with that?" So Matilda was not at all satisfied. Same thing. So he was not at all delighted as her husband was. So her husband was very happy, but she was not at all happy because she threw the invitation card on the table and told that, "What do you suppose I want with that? So what will I do with this? I don't have so much costly and expensive dresses and jewelries to wear and to attend that invitation in the rich and luxurious house, in the royal house. But my dear, I thought it would make you happy. You never go out. This is a grand occasion." So her husband thought that this would make his wife very happy because she never go out. So this is a very grand occasion, an invitation from the minister. So she should have been very happy. But she looked at him with an irritated eye and said, "What do you suppose I have to wear to such a formal party?" So she doesn't have anything to wear. Okay, she complained to her husband. She had not thought of that and stammered, "Why, the dress you wear when we go to the theater, it seems very pretty to me." So the husband was in a very nice and a very familiar tone, and a very casually he told that, "Why, you have so many dresses to wear. I mean, so you can wear that dress which you wear when we go for theater and all. It looks very pretty." So he felt silent, upset at the sight of his wife weeping. So Matilda started weeping and crying, and then she was very disturbed after hearing all things, but her husband thought that this would make him happy. So we will keep up to this much portion for today. Rest we will continue in the next video. So till then, stay happy, stay safe. Thank you all.